we had 6 weeks of rehearsal for all the musical numbers, and they were done in a big studio at Universal Studios. So Hermes Penn was our choreographer, and one day, I think I was doing the Grand Avenue number, and I was looking in the mirror, and the dancers were behind me, and I was checking out myself, checking out the dancers, and I glanced over at Hermes, standing by the piano. And then I looked back and I said, wait a minute, that looks like Hermes, but I don't think that's Hermes. So I sneaked another look and then looked back in the mirror, and I said, oh my God, that's Fred Astaire.
Wow.
Fred Astaire standing there watching us dancing, and then the dancers behind, they kind of noticed Fred Astaire. We didn't know what to do, but finally we managed to finish the number with no mishap. We didn't fall on our faces, and Fred Astaire was so gracious. He came and hugged all of us and congratulated us. He's an idol, for all dancers. Fred Astaire is Fred Astaire.
And the audience is still applauding too. Yeah. Irene?
Is this on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up to you, Ma. Irene, up to you, Ma.
Okay. Well, and I don't know if you guys know, but this is my first movie. I am an uncredited dancer. I was 16 years old, and I auditioned in New York, and I thought I was auditioning for Fred Astaire, so I was like petrified. But then, because they move exactly alike, and later on I found out that actually Hermes Penn had choreographed all of Fred Astaire's shows and movements, and they move alike, and well, all white people look alike, so I thought Fred Astaire and Hermes were the same people. But anyway, so it was my first experience, and I was just, I feel so bad because I kept saying to Arthur, you don't want me to be here tonight because, I mean, you can't even see me. I was this chubby 16-year-old, dancer. And I'd never been in a movie before, and I wanted to say just one little thing because the director, Henry Coster, eventually really discovered me. He put me in his next picture with Jimmy Stewart, and it was called Take Her, She's Mine. But he picked 3 dancers, and it was a little scene, tiny little scene. He picked 3 girls, and he said, okay, you guys just take one step down and put your hands on your face. And that goes into chop suey. Okay, he said, I don't care where you look to the right, look to the left, but do not look into the camera. Well, I've never been in a movie before, so I said, sure, so then roll sound, action, step down, I looked right into the camera. It went on like this about 5 times, and I thought I was going to be so fired. I avoided seeing him. No, the good thing was a big set. I was like hiding everywhere, so he wouldn't find me to fire me. So that's my experience. And here's the thing. I finally told Arthur. He said, you got to start somewhere, right? So I started out as a 16-year-old dancer who's never been in a film before. And now, how long has it been, this movie? I don't know.
A long time.
A long time.
So with Nancy, this is your second film. It wasn't your first film, but it's the first film where you sang and danced. The first film, Susie, the world Susie Wong, there was a dance number in the bar, and a quick dance number, but this was full-fledged dancing for you.
Well, I started out as a ballet dancer. I was at the Royal Ballet, and I wanted to be a ballet dancer. Never wanted to be an actress, but it just happened, And actually, this film, Flower Drum Song, I was just in the right place at the right time. I was invited to a party at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, and I was sitting at a table, with some friends. It was kind of a cocktail party because we were all dressed up. And this man, I suddenly felt someone standing next to me and like looking down on me. So I looked up and he says, "You're Linda Lowe." And I went, what? And I said, who is this jerk? I mean, what's he trying to do, pick me up or what? And then I looked up at him again, and he said, you're perfect for the role of Linda Lowe. And he said, I'm Ross Hunter, and I'm a producer, and I'm going to produce this film, Flower Drum Song. And the next day, my agent calls me up, and he says, I'm sending a script over, and they want you to play the role of Linda Lowe in Flower Drum Song. That's how I got the role.
So there was no audition, it was just you at a cocktail
Nothing.
party and
No.
Ross Hunter saying you.
Yeah, and he said, you're Linda Lowe. That was it. And then a few days later, I met with Henry Costa, the director. We read through the script, and we started shooting. And you mentioned about Anime Wong, which is true. I was really looking forward to working with her, doing all her films. And she passed away just before we started shooting. It's rather sad. Yeah.
When we, so